So it has nearly been an entire month since I last made music in Fortnite Creative mode, and since then they've added in a whole lot of cool music making tools. So we have the music sequencer, we have 12 extra instruments, but most importantly, we have a high A sharp. So yeah, I think it is finally time for me to jump back into Fortnite Creative mode and make some music for the third time. Let's go ahead and get started. So here we go, I've just thrown in all of the new instruments, and as you can see, there is a whole lot more than there was before. So we've still got the old 5 sounds from before, but now they've added in all of these extra ones. So we've got a couple more pianos. We've also got this nice bass sound here. Next up we've got this synth here, which I don't think I'm ever going to use. We've got a nice organ. We've got this purple one here, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of. I like that it's not too harsh. Then next up we have this synthesizer here, another good one. Then we've got this nice plucky sound here. I like that this one is a higher octave than the other instruments. We've also got this stabby house synth. I don't think I'm going to be using this one that much. I'm a big fan of this synthesizer here. It almost sounds like an electric guitar. And then the last sound that we have is this really beefy synth sound, and it sounds really cool when you go down to the lower octave. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. So there we go, those are all of the new music blocks added in with Season 8. I think they added in a really decent range of sounds, and I'm really looking forward to trying them out. Now quickly, before I start making my beat, I better just show you guys the new music sequencer, which I haven't had on my channel yet. It works exactly how you expect a music sequencer to work, so you can just place your notes in here, and then once you trigger the sequencer, it plays your notes, so this is going to make the whole process a whole lot less tedious. Those are all of the new tools inside of Fortnite Creative mode. Now I think it is time to actually go ahead and start making a beat. So I'm going to start things off by laying down one of these music sequencers. So I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to customize the settings. So the first one which I'm going to change is I'm just going to set the tempo. I'm going to go for around 77 BPM, but I'm actually going to be making the beat to be around 155 BPM. I'm just setting it to 77 BPM instead so that the sequencer is not as long. We will just set that to 60, and now I'm just going to change the width. We'll make that pretty large. I think 16 should do. So I was originally going to set this beat up to have separate sections looping over on top of each other. It would have made the whole process a whole lot faster, but everything started going out of time, so instead I'm just going to make it on one massive music sequencer. So now that I have my sequencer all set up, I think it is finally time to start choosing some instruments. So I actually think the first instrument that I'm going to grab is going to be this soft piano here. So first up I just need to grab the notes which I'm going to use, which are going to be this C, and then I'm also going to grab the higher C. So I'm just going to start placing this melody into the sequencer. And I think this is just going to be the last note, so that should do it for this piano bass line. Let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah. That sounds perfect. Next up, I think I'm actually just going to layer up this sound with one of these bass lines that I heard before. This one here, so I'm just going to grab the exact same notes and layer them up with this piano sound here. Just like that. Let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah, that sounds good. Nice! Now I think it is time to move on to the next instrument, which is actually just going to be this old electric piano sound. This one here, and I'm just going to use it to make some chords to go along with this little bass line that I have. So I'm just going to grab the C, also going to grab a D sharp as well, and then I'm just going to finish this chord off with a G. Can't see it, that one there. Yep, perfect. Let's go ahead and drag it in. Now I'm just going to put this chord over here as well. Wow, 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 wow. Whoops. And that should be the last chord, so let's go ahead and have a listen to them. Yes, that sounds really good. I'm liking that. So I'm happy with how this intro section is sounding. Now I'm just going to loop it over a second time. I'm just going to do this all manually. I could do it with the music sequencer, but then things will start going out of time. Okay, so that took a couple of minutes, but I finally looped this intro section here, and I've also put in a little bit of percussion. So I've just put in these claps here, as well as these little wood blocks. And now I think it is time to bring in the next instrument, which I think is going to be this one here. I'm just going to use it to create some sort of melody. So I'm just going to grab some notes. The first one is going to be G. May as well grab this G sharp while we're here. I'm going to grab a C as well, and then I think the last note I'm going to need is just going to be an A sharp. I'm thinking something like that. Let's go ahead and start putting it into the music sequencer. Grab that one, bring it all the way over here. This is getting very far away. And I think these two here are just going to be my last notes, so let's go ahead and have a listen to the finished melody. I'm liking that. So I think that is going to wrap it up for this intro section. Now it is time to move on to a heavier section. So I think I'm going to keep things pretty similar to this one. I'm going to bring in heavier instruments. So we're going to have some real drums. I'm probably going to keep the same melody here, but I might layer it up with some other sounds, and I'm also going to put in a heavier bass line. So I think the easiest thing to start off with is going to be some drums. So let's go ahead and pull in some more music blocks. I might go with this kick here. I'm pretty sure I use it every single time. Might also grab this snare. We'll grab this hi-hat. May as well grab these two as well. I'm sure they'll come in handy. Might also grab this clap as well. It sounds super heavy. I think it will work pretty well. So I'm just going to start the drums off by making a few bars of hi-hats. I think that is going to be enough for now. So the next drum, which I'm going to layer up, is going to be the snare. So we'll just put these just like that. That was pretty easy. Now I just need to layer up these snares with this clap sound here. So I'm just going to drop that right on top of the snare. Now I've just brought in the smaller looping sequencer here just to help me lay out the drums. Might just go this one here, and I think that should be it for the drums. Yeah. I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm slowly making progress. I've looped these drums into a way longer loop, and I've also brought in this melody as well. So it is all sounding pretty good. Now I think it is time to bring in the bass line. So because I want this bass line to be a whole lot heavier, I'm going to be using a combination of two different bass sounds. So I'm going to be using a combination of this orange bass line here, as well as this acidy sounding bass line, which we've got over here. And I think there should be all of the orange notes that I need, so let's go ahead and start assembling our bass line. Bow, 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 bow. Bow. And there we go, so there's the first layer of our bass line. Let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah, that sounds good. So now that I'm done with that part of the bass line, I'm going to move on to the second layer, which was using that acid sounding synth. This one here. So I'm just going to take this C note and I'm just going to put it with this bass line note here. That one can go there, and then we'll just grab another D sharp, and then this can be the last note, and I think that is pretty much it for this bass line. I'm actually just going to quickly try out replacing this acid bass sound with the higher octave. So I've just done a small section of it. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, I like that a whole lot more. So let's just replace the rest of it with the higher octave. There we go, I've just put the acid bass line up one octave. So let's go ahead and have a listen to the finished bass line. Yeah, that sounds a whole lot better. Yeah. Okay, so my beat is starting to get pretty long. I've just looped things over a couple of times, and now I'm just going through and layering up some other sounds to make my beat sound a bit fuller. So I've just finished doubling up the melody with this sound here. I think it works pretty well with the original sound, this one here. So this is what they're sounding like together. Yeah. So I think the next thing that I'm going to bring in is going to be this really heavy synthesizer here. I'm just going to grab this C note, and then I'm going to grab the higher octave C, and then we're just going to grab both octaves of F. So we've got that one and this one here, and I'm just going to layer these into the beat. So we'll just put one there. Maybe there will be good. Let's give that a try. Yeah, that is working good. And we'll just put this C in here, and I think that is pretty much it for this loop. So let's go ahead and have a listen to the finished product. Whoop. That works so well. Perfect. So I'm trying to think what else I could add to this beat, and I'm thinking I could go for some reggae styled offbeat chords. I'm just not too sure which sound to use. I actually think this one here might do it. It's got a pretty nice attack, so I'm just going to try it out anyway. So let's just grab some notes. Oh, I think the decay might be a little bit too long. Actually, what I might be able to do is I might be able to bring these chords over from the intro section. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to do. And yeah, now that I'm all done with that, I think I have pretty much everything that I need for this beat. So here we go, here is my beat made in Fortnite Creative mode with the new music blocks. Enjoy! So there we go, that is my beat made with the new music block instruments inside of Fortnite Creative mode. Make sure to go ahead and let me know what you thought of this beat down in the comments, and if you feel like supporting me as a creator, I finally have a Fortnite creator code, so please consider using the code LeviNiha in the Fortnite item shop when you make a purchase. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video, so I'll see all of you in the next couple of days for my next upload. Thanks for watching everybody, bye!